And we are underway here. Montreal will possess the ball first. Louis Belangoyet finds Temgia, who finds a first-teamer, a guy with a lot of experience, Vandré Lefebvre. He brings a lot of quality to the back line, right, Sofiane?
Great distribution, very more aggressive than people think, and his excellent distribution with the ball for those long passes, in which he has a signature in MLS and probably will give in USL for today.
Hasn't played a competitive match in quite some time, though, Vandré, so I guess that's why he's coming up here. Another first-teamer, Eric Miller, dispossessed in the middle of the park. Here comes Rochester. They enter into the area, and here's already a decent run here by Timmy Mulgrew. But he loses the ball, and it goes out for a goal kick.
Good job by Secunda to protect the ball and let it go out. Goal kick. Secunda was very impressive last game against.
It was very good last
kicker. Fast young man, good left back, technical, and we really help a lot Lajoie Gravel on the left side, who surprised me as a winger. I saw him more as a center forward, so great stuff by both last week.
And another thing we mentioned in the pregame, Max Crepeau making his first start of the season. This is a guy who Montreal envisioned having as their starting keeper, was rehabbing a shoulder injury, and is finally ready to play. And here comes Johnny Mendoza with some speed. Finds Volesky, who crossed it into the box, but nobody home. Crepeau will scoop that up. Start things off right away. Lajoie Gravel sends it off. Pat McMahon, it goes out for a Montreal throw.
FC Montreal in a sort of 4-2-4 formation. Very offensive players. Lajoie Gravel, Romario Williams, and Jackson Hamel and Morelli up front.
When you have just one goal in the season at this stage, I think you need to
go
try to tweak things, yeah. There's Eric Miller. Finds Temgia. Rochester will possess the ball as we do a little giveaway takeaway there. Gagnon Lepari called on a foul on Volesky. You know, I think last week, and Sofiane, we get a chance to see, early in the season, we get a chance to see some of the quality teams in USL Pro. We've seen Rochester once. It's the second time they're here at Saputo Stadium. We saw Richmond last week. And Montreal didn't pick up any results against those sides, but they looked okay. They didn't look out of place.
They didn't look as bad as we thought for our first team, for first trial at the USL level.
Number 17 in blue, you will recognize him. He was the 3rd overall pick in the 2015 MLS Super Draft. That is Romario Williams. Made his MLS debut earlier this season against Orlando, coming off the bench.
Has impressed in preseason camp for the Montreal Impact. So did Morelli, who was with the Impact in Mexico for the preseason camp. So a lot of these players, Olafroy knows a lot, including a few MLS inserts. So it's going to be really interesting to see how Romario Williams plays in this game.
Sean Toch will send a deep ball. Rochester will hold possession, but Mendoza will give it away to Vandré Lefebvre, who will send it back to Crepeau. Jackson Hamel tries to bring that down with his athleticism, but nothing doing there.
It's going to be interesting to see the combination between Romario Williams and Jackson Hamel, how they combine, what's the chemistry like, and go from there.
Walls looking for Mendoza in the area. A little long. Mendoza tries to settle it down. It'll go off Eric Miller for a corner.
First test for Maxime Crepeau on a set piece. His first professional set piece of the year, and see how he handles that. He's going to be aggressive. He's going to depend on his taller center backs. It's going to be exciting for him and kind of nerve-wracking probably.
Mendoza will appear to swing this into the box. And a nice early save by Crepeau there. Ball kind of went through the 6-yard box a little too easily there.
But the
crisis averted.
The header wasn't as strong as you would hope for Rhinos fan, but Crepeau able to touch the ball in that situation and makes him feel more and more comfortable. Good news for FC Montreal.
Morelli goes to Temgia. We'll find Eric Miller. Send it back to Crepeau. Crepeau already got a few touches early in this game. Lajoie Gravel will settle it down for Vendry Lefebvre. A nice touch by Romario Williams. He's going to take on Pat McMahon. What can he do with this? Williams coming down the left side. Dispossessed by McMahon.
Yeah.
Lajoie Gravel finds Gagnon Lepare. Lefebvre will try to swing that one in there. Broken up by Apostolopoulos. See what a young player like Temguia can do against a veteran side like Rochester.
I really liked him last week. He really, you know,
Very
he's
solid.
a
Big boy.
young man, tall, physical, but not quite technical. But you know, it's more his reaction time. He needs to let go of the pass faster sometimes. A few times early in this game, he's been pressed quickly by the Rhino players.
And there he is. He looks for Morelli. Couldn't connect on a deep ball there. I think we'd agree that Morelli was very dangerous last week as well. Played a good match.
And he had a good support from Yannick Charbonneau. Good chemistry with him. And Miller should hopefully show up, offer the same thing for Morelli as support-wise.
Miller and Volesky kind of get there at the same time. Interesting collision. Volesky's already been knocked down a couple times in this game.
The Impact playing at home, FC Montreal playing at home, looking to establish their rhythm. Aggressive with this quite a few MLS inserts during this game.
Romario Williams has the ball on his foot. He'll get it back to Secunda. Finds Belan Goyette. Montreal holding a lot of possession early on, which is good to see. I think if you speak to them, I think the young players want to do a better job of coming out of the gate strong.
Exactly, especially you know Ryan's team that's playing away, looking for the quick break for now, and FC Montreal has the tools to really hurt them early in this game. They have nothing to envy the Rhinos.
Mendoza goes down. Sorry, Sofiane. Mendoza goes down after a challenge in the air with Jackson Amel. Jackson Amel just a little bit bigger than Johnny Mendoza. Secunda finds Lajoie Gravel. We'll send it back to Vendry Lefebvre. We've played 8 minutes in this match. Still no score between Rochester and Montreal. And Williams with the two-handed shove to the back of Julian Ringoff.
Early in this game to establish a pattern, but for now, a lot of long balls towards the FC Montreal strikers, looking to run behind the Rhinos defense.
They haven't been able to connect just yet.
It could work without Van der Castel who's on the bench for Rhinos. So
Olbasi as well played a huge role in the win against Montreal and setting up the opening goal.
It should take advantage of that during this game.
Another long ball. Nobody able to be on the receiving end of that for Montreal. Here's Walls. And he's looking for Mulgrew. He's going to make a nice run down the right side here. Timmy Mulgrew, send it into the box. Little long for Mendoza. That's going to go out for a goal kick.
But overall in that play, FC Montreal had the play under control, it seems. Everyone was marked correctly. Went to Lefebvre, making Mulgrew take the cross as fast as he could. But still a dangerous chance by the Rhinos.
Miller. Temguia. Little high for Morelli, intercepted by Rochester. Sean Tosh with the throw-in. Canardo Forbes gets a touch. Whiffs, but he's able to recover. And oh, he almost takes out the camera or DI.
High pressing by the Rhinos, very aggressive.
Touch settled that one down with his chest. Rochester will reset as Pat McMahon retreats to get the ball. He plays it to Brandon Miller. Miller dealing with a bit of a finger issue last week. Ended up playing the first half against New York Red Bulls. Game that Rochester won. A very impressive start to the year for Rochester. First 5 games of the year on the road. Come back undefeated 3-0-2. They pick up the win in their home opener, so this is definitely a strong USL side. Montreal will be tested today. Crepeau clears, but it finds a foot of Tony Walls. Walls will send it in. Mendoza's going to be offside here.
So and gradually, the Rhinos are asphyxiating the FC Montreal defense. They are unable to transition the ball to the midfield quickly. So very high play by the Rhinos. Early 10 minutes into the game, that little shift of momentum. But let's hope Vandré Lefebvre can lead his team out quickly to go offensively.
Lefebvre is he's definitely bringing some quality to this game. He's played some good MLS matches whenever he's gotten in there.
Very reliable player.
Very reliable.
And the whole team can take advantage of his experience. He knows most of them, probably as a big brother kind of.
Yeah, but not an old guy by any
Exactly.
means, mid-20s. But he definitely brings a lot of experience, a lot of quality to the table. Likes to call himself the best fantasy hockey general manager on the team. Vandré Lefebvre does.
You can't do worse than me.
No, nobody can do worse than you. Crepeau getting a lot of touches in this game,
Well,
especially early on.
That's the problem right now. When you have this 4-2-4, sort of a lot of pressure is on Louis Longuette and Garon Laparé to really transition the game quickly to get the ball to the forwards. So and the Rhinos know this, so try to create a cannon between both sides of the pitch.
The long throw, he was looking for Romario Williams, but again headed away by Rochester. Seems like a lot of the action's gone on this right side for Montreal. Miller finds Williams with a throw in. Jeremy Gagnon-Lepari, who really hadn't played in a while, he really got stronger as the game wore on against Richmond last week.
He's the captain on the pitch for today.
Absolutely. And he finds Mele Temguia. Will find Vandré Lefebvre in the middle of the field. And Sukunda plays that ball, but bad touch goes out for a Rochester throw.
Unnecessary, lost ball there, unforced error. The FC Montreal can afford to do a lot of these against experienced Rhinos team.
Sukunda picked up a couple knocks last week. Talking to him after the game, had a nice little welt on his abdomen. He's laughing about it though. Played a very strong game, as you mentioned before, Sofiane. Played very well, young player. Ball goes out for another throw. Touch. Look to swing that one into the box a little bit too long, and Crepeau will scoop it up. Have you visited the new USLsoccer.com? Get the latest news and live stats and check out the new social media hub. That's USLsoccer.com. Rochester retreats. Here's Sukunda coming down the left side.
Could be dangerous.
And a foul there in a dangerous area. Good call, Sofiane.
Quick play by, was it Sukunda or Lajo Gravel?
You might be right. It might have been Lajoie Gravel.
Who passes to Jackson Amel. The aggressive Rhinos defense saw the danger and said, you know what, maybe a foul is better than having the dangerous pass in the box. And maybe a first home goal for both FC Montreal and yourself, Joey.
Yeah, I'm ready for it. Whenever they decide to score a goal at home, I'll be ready, and hopefully that'll be sooner rather than later. But you feel it coming, though. I think with the way they've improved from what we saw against Toronto FC 2 in the first match. Here's Romario Williams with a strike. Well wide.
Low and wide.
Would have liked to see him do a little better there. But from what I was getting at before, Sofiane, I think from where they started against Toronto FC 2, the first game of the year, to where we are now, I think Montreal, I mean, is leaps and bounds. I know they haven't gotten a win yet. They haven't scored much yet. But I promise you, for those of you who haven't seen the first 4 matches, that there's been a lot of growth, a lot of improvement with a lot of these young players.
And the staff expect them to suffer for the first few months, but the frustration will come from the fact how much quality they have shown, and then again need tangible result out of it. So that's more frustrating, but they're gonna get there. It's it's a long-term process. This is the mandate of these academy USL teams.
Temgia will intercept a little high for Lefebvre. Tony Walls finds touch. We'll find Mike Garzi. Bernardo Forbes, who haven't called his name too much today, to Pat McMahon. McMahon sends a long ball in. It'll be a little too far for Mulgrew. But it's officials say it was deflected. It'll go out off Montreal. It'll be a corner for Rochester. Second of the game.
Yeah, Tim Mulgrew, New England Revolution draft, MLS draft player.
That's right, one of the players on loan. Sends it into the box. A little high for Volesky. Just missed him. And unlucky for Montreal, it actually goes out for a throw and not a goal kick.
Clearance there.
Looking for Williams, a little too high for him. Settled down by Julian Ringoff.
Unforced errors.
Here comes Mulgrew again.
Hasty
Turned
decisions.
over. Belongo yet hasn't had the ball on his foot. Makes a run right now. Gets around a couple Rochester players. He'll send a long ball in. Jackson Amel just a little bit behind him though. Sukunda settles it down to Lejoie Gravel. You touched on it, Sofiane. A bit of a different role than what we've seen from Lejoie Gravel so far this season.
Much more. He's a holding midfielder, but with offensive instinct, he doesn't mind going up. So when you have 2 defensive midfielders and midfielders being next to each other, they can't both go to the attack. So you have to do a little switch. One defends, one goes to the attack. So but Belonguet really doesn't mind.
And here comes Bernardo Forbes. He's taken down by Gagnon Lepari. He'll be called every time. Is he going to get booked? He will. He's going to pick up a yellow card. I think it was a yellow card well earned.
The foul was kind of dangerous, so the yellow card was warranted on that one. Dangerous scoring chance for Forbes.
Mendoza will swing one into the box. Headed away by Lefebvre. Will he be able to get there before it goes out? A nice run, a good hustle from Lejoie Gravel to keep the ball from going out. And he's making a run up the left side. Jackson Amel passed a little soft. Jackson has to slow it down. Played back to his defender. Gagnon Lepari finds Temgia. Well, sky one. Montreal couldn't get on the end of that. Mike Garzi heads it forward for himself. Oh, good collision there.
A bit dangerous by Mendoza showing his back. No, not Mendoza.
Sukunda.
I mean, Garzi showing his...
yes.
Garzi showing his back
Sukunda
to
taken
Sukunda.
down, that's right.
Exactly.
Belongo looking for Lejoie Gravel down the left side, but he's missed him. It's picked up by Brandon Miller, keeper for Rochester. Will slow things down a little bit. Not many dangerous scoring chances from Montreal here early on.
But the rhythm of the game is a bit more, hide and seek between both teams. And obviously, the Rhinos a bit more dangerous, more direct game, able to find spaces on the sides, but on the wings. FC Montreal needs to be able to fill the gap between the defense and the 4 offensive players. That's key. You can't leave them alone, stand on an island, without giving them decent balls and those long balls.
Sukunda will just clear it. Nobody there for Montreal. Rochester resets. Just goes to what you're saying, Sofiane.
Exactly. Those loose long balls against, experienced, athletic defenders. You got to use their speed. And who have seen Montreal Morelli for now.
That's right. Become a fan of the USL on Facebook for exclusive league news and interactive content. You can search the USL Pro on Facebook. Come up with
Okay.
a bunch of exclusive information there, stuff you can't get anywhere else.
Surprised Tony Walls wasn't called for high cleats there, but play continues.
Garzi and Miller, the little exchange there. Temgia on a nice move, but he couldn't get away from Bernardo Forbes. Forbes to Sean Toch.
It would have been nice if he succeeded.
Eric Miller gets beat by Toch down the left side again, but he recovers nicely. Can Morelli fight him off? He absolutely does. It's going to be a foul call on Toch. Free kick to Montreal. 22 minutes into this one. Still no score, Rochester and Montreal. Vandil Lefebvre making a nice run, but intercepted by Pat McMahon. Garzi plays it up the right to Mulgrew. On Jackson Amel with a little clutch there, and he'll get called for that. Apostolopoulos. And the Rochester bench asking for his player to kick the ball out of bounds. And they will do that now. A little bit of some confusion going on the pitch here. Not too sure what's going on.
But we're still going to applaud the fair play no matter what.
Yeah, I guess so. When in doubt, fair play.
Exactly.
Secunda to Gagnon Lepare. Switches sides, finds Miller on the right.
Good run, 1-2.
Very nice run, Morelli. Belangoyet. Oh, and a nice play by Mendoza. Ross Miller had a lot of room to run there. Would have been dangerous for Montreal.
But these are the kind of things, Lafroy expect from his players. You see this 1-2 combinations. Morelli getting involved in a triangle with Miller and Belangoyet. So this is the path for them for success in this game.
Secunda will give the ball away.
Faster ball transmission. They can't afford to hold the ball too long.
Lajoie Gravel makes a nice run. Nobody there.
Kind of disappointing the foul wasn't called there.
No call there. The official tells Romario Williams to get up.
A bit frustrated today, Romero Williams. This ball,
Not
mostly
too
long
much
balls.
early on, no. And another difficult touch by Secunda. Ball goes out for a Rochester throw. Apostolopoulos able to jog back onto the field. Pat McMahon with the throw coming for Rochester. Finds Tony Walls. Nice ball forward, but it's headed away by Vandré Lefebvre. Williams and Jackson Amel still looking to build that chemistry together, obviously up top.
Even though they seem to have similar profiles as strikers, I think they have enough quality, and they just need to communicate better to really be able to feed off each other.
Yeah,
and
that'll come with some little bit of time, a little bit more playing time together. Here's Gagnon Lepare. And Williams dispossessed again. He's on the turf, but nothing doing there. Secunda will be called there.
If you go back to that play, it didn't seem
Yes.
that Romero Williams was waiting for the ball.
No.
He didn't seem to expect the ball
right,
to be
that's a
coming
good point.
at him that way. I think he was expecting a ball over the defender and he makes a run on a long ball.
Good
so
point.
it's a question of getting that chemistry. Again, we don't want that gap between the midfield and those four offensive players.
Rochester will swing it into the box. It'll be picked up by Crépeau.
But if we talk about a gap on this side, the FC Montreal defense and the midfield's been to insulate a bit better in the last 10 minutes. The Rhinos forwards. We haven't seen much of them outside. Maybe Mendoza being very elusive sometimes.
Joao Gravel taken down there. Goes down hard. Free kick earned for Montreal. Mele Temgia will settle the ball down. Miller Mendoza has been an interesting one today. It's been a good matchup so far. Belangoyet taken down. You hear head coach Bob Lilly giving Canardo Forbes some constructive criticism. Gagnon Leprari finds Temgia. Has Miller with some space on his right. He finds him. Miller to Morelli. Kicked out by Rochester again. Belangoyet looks for Lefebvre, and he finds him in the middle of the park. Lefebvre will take a strike. He's going to be well wide.
Very confident there, but we know he has an excellent long range shot, but
That's a little too long range, though.
most probably. But, you know, he wanted to make something happen. He didn't see any much activity around the box, be able to do a pass maybe, and, you know, as soon as he got the ball, we knew he was going to shoot.
Any truth to the rumors that you've scored from there in your career, Sofiane?
On FIFA 14, I remember.
14, not even 15, okay.
No. Like a budget.
Heard that one before. Gagnon Leprari in the middle of the park. Belangoyet taken down again.
The Rhinos really, you know, kind of killing the rhythm as soon as they cheeky fouls, and FC Montreal needs to find a way.
Yeah, they don't foul in dangerous areas.
Exactly. They're just killing the rhythm, and FC Montreal needs to release the ball faster and be exactly
Miller
like
Morelli, very nice, Sofiane, you called it. Miller stops, try to swing it into the box. It's blocked by Apostolopoulos. Miller gets another touch on it, finds Gagnon Lepare. Belangoyet finds Secunda.
Nice switch
but
by FC Montreal.
Yeah. Jackson couldn't get there. Easy scoop up for Miller. But a nice little give and go there between Morelli and Miller.
Like you said before, the right side has been the FC Montreal has been heavy on the right side, and Miller has been very active.
Lefebvre wins that battle in the air against Forbes. Ball ends up on Morelli's foot. Oh, and a hard foul
Dangerous
there.
foul.
That's going to be a yellow card.
A yellow with a tint of
Tony
orange,
Walls,
if you
wow.
ask me.
Dangerous foul there.
Yellow with a tint of orange.
Good to see Morelli get back up right away. Belangoyet looks like he's going to take this one.
Not many people in the box, so play it quickly.
Could Morelli get here? He stops it. He'll cross it into the box. Headed away by McMahon, but Montreal's earned the corner.
Nice stop play by FC Montreal. It's all about positioning, not necessarily size on set pieces. And, you know, Morelli with a good pass at the second post, but McMahon spotted very quickly.
There's a corner for Montreal. Belangoyet will take this. Montreal often opts for the short corners, but doesn't look like that's going to happen right now on this one. Given away. Canardo Forbes steals. And a nice play by Secunda to break that up.
Another tackle. Great job by Secunda.
Good stuff.
He really saved there a very dangerous breakaway counter-attack by the Rhinos.
Belangoyet to Gagnon Lepare. Find Eric Miller on the right. Temgia had to hurry up there as Volesky put some pressure on him. Belangoyet looks for Miller. Gagnon Lepare looked to swing one into the box for Morelli, but it's headed away by Toch. Jackson called on the foul there. Follow at USL on Twitter to become a league insider, join club conversations, and have a chance at exclusive giveaways. That's at USL on Twitter. Touch. Nice play by Morelli. Unfortunately, couldn't settle that one down. It goes out for another Rochester throw. Walls. It's to fend off Gagnon Lepare. He did that nicely. Temgia in front of Forbes. Louis will head it forward. Lefebvre tried to clear. Unable to do so. Again, Sofiane, you've been talking about a lot of turnovers for Montreal, unnecessary ones.
Which plays into the game of the Rhinos. They can recover quickly and they can quickly bring numbers down in the box against Montreal, so they need to be more careful with that.
Here's Williams, finds Lejoie Gravel. To Secunda. Secunda will play it back to Crépeau. So Montreal has to send it back to their keeper quite a bit. Sofiane so far in the first half. 32 minutes in. No score between Rochester and Montreal. You know, people are going to look at the last score line, last time these two teams played. And there's Lefebvre who sends it well out of play for Rochester throw. And they're going to see the 3-0 result for Rochester. And they're going to say, oh, well, Rochester, much better side than Montreal. You look at the records, you look where they are in the standings, you say this should be domination by Rochester. But that game, the first game was extremely tight, 1-0, until the defender for Montreal got sent off.
And it was their first USL opposition non-academy team.
That's right.
Non-MLS U23 team. So
absolutely,
it was a great test, and they were doing well until that red card. But to be honest, like we said, it's progression, and it's a very good sign for Olafroy and his staff. And a one win could really bring a tangible result, something tangible to all the hard work they've been doing early in this season.
Absolutely. Here's Lefebvre looking for an option, but it's actually headed away. And here comes Canardo Forbes. Canardo Forbes will join into the area, strike, and it goes over the goal. This organization.
Unforced errors.
Absolutely.
Risk-taking that doesn't need to be done. You know, it's... Crépeau won't be unhappy 100%. He's getting action, and he won't be as nervous as he was before the game, if he ever was. But FC Montreal had a good 10 minutes of domination, and now they can't let the Rhinos back in this half. They need to really push.
Rochester coaching staff telling Canardo Forbes, you got to relax in that situation. He skied one there, a great scoring opportunity, but wasted. McMahon looking for Mulgrew. It's Mulgrew against Secunda. Secunda just kicks it out of bounds. Smart play there from the young left back. And here's Canardo Forbes again, spilling over down the right side. He's able to keep it from going out. Forbes will cross it into the middle, but it will go out for a corner kick. Sent away by Montreal. Here's a cross. Headed away by Secunda.
So still alive.
Still alive, it is. Crossed back into the box. It's headed towards goal, but Crépeau there again. That was Julian Ringoff.
Great elevation on that play.
Yeah, got some. He's got some good hops, but Crépeau was up to the challenge. Here's Fabio Morelli. Looks for Jackson, who finds Eric Miller on the right side. Sent out by Garzi. Miller throws into Jackson Amel. Here's Mendoza. Canardo Forbes. Ball that's just a little too long for Mendoza.
But good tracking back by Eric Miller on that play.
Yeah, Miller's been pretty good today.
If you survive Azteca, you can survive Stade Saputo turf field. That's what I say.
That's a good point. You obviously came off the bench in the Montreal Impact's first leg of the Champions League final against Club America. Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow @Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike soccer information. Temgia will play it back to Max Crepeau. Temgia finds Lajoie Gravel, who finds Belangoyette. Dispossessed, though, by Mulgrew, who plays it back to his keeper, Brandon Miller. Nice head forward, Lefebvre against Volesky, one-on-one. And there's going to be a foul called there on Volesky, but that could have been dangerous.
Could have been dangerous, but Lefebvre was probably looking to pass it back to Crepeau, and Volesky tried to sneak in there with an unseen foul, but good call by the refereeing crew.
Here's Temgia. Pressured by Mendoza. He has to retreat, send it back to his keeper, Max Crepeau. Crepeau calling for Temgia to come back to him. He gives him the ball, finds Gagnon Lepare. Not much room out there for Montreal, Sofiane.
High pressing by the Rhinos. Not enough options for the defenders to reach the ball. And right there, the lost ball by Morelli couldn't get the ball, but you know, FC Montreal needs to maybe play a bit deeper in their zone to get out faster. But at this point, Rhinos are really asphyxiating FC Montreal.
Asphyxiating, I like that.
Is that a word?
Yeah, pretty sure it is. And here's Vandré Lefebvre. Nice little fake there. Buy himself some more time. Lefebvre looking for Romario Williams, but it's headed away by Ringoff. Mulgrew sends that one out. Lefebvre again trying to get something going here. Sends it to Crepeau. Back to Temgia. Lajoie Gravel will be able to, and it's a nice header from Lajoie Gravel to get it forward to Romario Williams.
Nice
Lajoie Gravel calling for the ball. Oh, a little bit of a difficult touch there. Goes out for a corner.
Nice pass by Temgia to start the play.
That was very nice play, yeah.
To find open space, and it was good. You know, really quick passing. You know, no nonsense, and you don't lose the ball. A lot of unforced error, and corner kick right there.
Belangoyette will take this one. Get it into the box, Temgia right there, but Miller comes out, scoops it up, cuts right in front of Miller, or excuse me, right in front of Temgia. Miller does. Not an overly high corner, but well placed.
Very quick.
That's right.
Sliced corner kick, and gave enough time to Miller to react, who seemed to who looked like he expected the ball to come into his box quickly.
McMahon looks to Volesky, who settles it down with his chest. Here's Canardo Forbes. Finds Johnny Mendoza. Here's Forbes, but a nice play by Morelli. Rochester able to recover. Tony Walls will chip one into the box. Here comes Mulgrew. But it's tipped by Lefebvre. Montreal keeps it from going out. And Miller will clear.
Good clearance.
And it's headed away from danger.
That was
by Apostolopoulos.
Precise, good clearance by Miller there. Justin Hamel could have had a chance to control it and play with it if it wasn't for the intervention by the Rhinos defense. And it's very important that they have the capacity to clear smartly and just clear into the void.
Morelli has a cut on his knee, and that's why he's going to have to come off. There's a little blood there. Training staff will have to get that cleared up. Throw in from Montreal. Sent up high. Jackson didn't like the way Tony Walls ran into him. Tried to return the favor, but he's called. 40 minutes in, still no score between Rochester and Montreal. Not many quality opportunities between the two sides here. Walls taken down again. And a quick play in by Rochester. And here they come. Here's Mulgrew. Looking to the right to Mendoza. Mendoza centers it. Nobody there. Belangoyette will be able to clear. And he does, but he...
Nice there.
Yeah, the ball finds a Rochester player. And here's Mike Garzi. Garzi will try to swing it into the box. Miller able to head it away and head it out of play. Goes out for a Rochester throw. Here's Walls to Canardo Forbes. Little high from Mulgrew there. Montreal able to clear, but still not out of danger just yet. McMahon settles it down to Apostolopoulos. Rochester holding much more of the possession now. Gagnon Lepere gets a foot on it, but still Rochester possesses, and McMahon lets the ball go just under his foot. He has to retreat to go back and get it. Lefebvre clears. Romario Williams will try to get there. He's unable to. It was close.
A little push by Romario right there.
A couple times he's
Not appreciated by Miller nor the Ivanov's defense.
It's 2 or 3 subtle little pushes there from Romario Williams so far in this first half. Feisty player.
He's been a bit frustrated this first half. So was Jackson Amel. Not much quality balls for them.
Jackson O'Mell will force Miller to put that ball into play. Temgia to Gagnon Lepare. Eric Miller on the right side. Another good clearance from Miller. Touch. Finds the center back Ringoff. Will try to swing it into Volesky. Volesky against Temgia one-on-one. Finds Canardo Forbes. Forbes has some good speed, but he's dispossessed. And it's cleared by Montreal. Here's Jackson Amel. Will play it forward. Is Gravel going to get there? And a nice play, nice sliding play by Pat McMahon to end that. Here's Garzi to Canardo Forbes. Forbes finds Sean Touch. Gets it back to Forbes. Ringoff to McMahon, and I think, Rochester just happy to hold some possession here as first half winding down. They're building up the attack, but still not many great scoring chances, right, Sofiane?
No, not many, but as soon as FC Montreal loses the ball, they're able to really, go out front quickly like right now. They're able to really project themselves offensively.
Mulgrew with a strike just over goal. Rochester putting the pressure on now.
Just like that, very quickly, they're able to recover the ball quickly, go up front, and really, do some damage. Remember the Forbes chance.
That's right.
Who shot it high and wide.
Yeah.
But once again, unforced errors by FC Montreal, and they need to be much more sharp.
Vandré Lefebvre will get a foot on it. All USL regular season and playoff games are available live, free, and in HD on YouTube. Connect with the USL YouTube channel today. Sofiane is a little sensitive, so I don't want to make that joke that I've been making all season about seeing him in HD.
I'm not sensitive.
So I will not make that joke.
I'm not sensitive at all.
You good?
I'm very good. Thank you, Joey.
Excellent. This will be a Rochester free kick that they'll just put into play. Here comes Walls. Finds Mendoza. Volesky taken down. No call there. Interesting clearance. Morelli able to settle it down. Good run by Morelli to get there, but he's going to turn the ball over. Here's Touch. You'll cross it in. It's blocked by Temgia.
I don't fully understand the dribble by Morelli. They didn't need to be that risky, but
it was difficult for him to get to that ball, though. I mean, I don't think he was expecting that type of clearance. Risky, but good on him to settle it down.
But the dribble after was kind of
Yeah.
unnecessary. Could have given the ball to Miller or Lefebvre or Temguia to clear it, but
Lefebvre breaks up that play again. Good first half from the first team defender. Eric Miller there. It's intercepted by Touch. Finds Canardo Forbes. Now Montreal in possession. Here's Morelli. Finds Jackson Amel. He's got Lajoie Gravel on his left. He's not going to go to him. Here's Anthony Jackson Amel making a nice run with a strike, and it's just wide.
almost
Nice play by Jackson.
showing his speed, showing his eagerness to go up front, and really scared the hell of the Rhinos defenders. They really had to back away quite a lot, and he had the chance to really give time and space to himself and shoot.
He had Gravel going down the left side. I thought he might have taken that option, but a good decision to kick. He just misses the goal by inches.
But kudos to both Romario Williams and Lejean Gravel making the runs to keep the Rhinos defender on their toes.
And that will do it. Half-time here at Saputo Stadium Turf Field. Not a terrible showing from either side. Not very dangerous. Not many great scoring chances, though, Sofiane.
A good even game, a little edge to the Rhinos, obviously, with the most dangerous scoring
That's
chances. And right there,
Jackson Amel probably had the best chance of either side.
almost scored.
Almost scored Montreal's first home goal. Here's Mike Garzi. We are underway in the second half. Substitutions have been made official. Lefebvre and Miller are off after 45 minutes. Bringolf and Charbonneau are on. And here now is Canardo Forbes. Forbes trying to test Secunda. And that's going to be a Montreal throw. The official originally thought that was going to go to Rochester, but nope, it is a Montreal throw. Good play by Secunda. Jackson Amel gets ahead on it, but nobody there for Montreal. Here's Canardo Forbes. He's got a little bit of room in front of him. Looks for Volesky. It's a little long. Mendoza has a nice burst of speed. That ball is out.
The Rhinos not wasting any time to go out front, maybe taking advantage of the new subs, going at Bringolf and Charbonneau quickly. But mostly Bringolf right now, who's been teamed with Temgwe at center back.
That's right. This is going to be the first Rochester corner of the half. Swung into the box. Apostolopoulos settles it down. Here's Forbes. He'll find Mendoza on his right. Mendoza will get it to Mulgrew. Mulgrew's got a little bit of room. He'll cross it into the box. Rochester gets ahead on it, but it's out. Walls will attempt to keep it in, but it's going to go out for a goal kick.
Rhinos continue to be dangerous on corner kicks, using their size and positioning, but Crepeau didn't have to do any saves on that one, so good news for FC Montreal.
Charbonneau on the right with a long ball to Romario Williams. He'll settle it down. Nice first touch from Charbonneau there as he enters the game early in the second half.
Williams not shy with provoking the center backs and then the left back of the Rhinos, dribbling his way into the box and corner kick. So good anticipation by Romario Williams on that play, and showing his skills a little bit to try to make something happen.
Here's a corner for Montreal. Belan Goyette will stand over it. It's a short corner to Morelli. A little bit of a difficult first touch from Morelli there. And Rochester will clear. Charbonneau's on it. Finds Belan Goyette. It's into the box. Miller leaps up. And he comes up with it. Mulgrew. And a little bit of a soft call there on Romario Williams.
He did impede a bit Mulgrew on his run, but it's 50-50. But I understand the
maybe play on there, yeah. Nice anticipation from Morelli there to intercept. Here's Morelli. Gets across, gets by a couple Rochester players, finds Lejoie Gravel. Lejoie Gravel against McMahon. He crosses it in. Nobody there, a little too long. It's going to go out for a goal kick. Opportunity wasted for Montreal.
Well, McMahon made Lejoie Gravel go on the outside. Gravel still with a very smart dribble to try to cross, but unfortunately his cross was not precise enough for a dangerous chance for FC Montreal.
Here's Walls. Going for the long ball to Volesky. Volesky, he was able to get there. And just wide.
I thought that was going in.
It looked like it was going in from here, but he just missed.
The Rhinos quickly taking advantage of the young center back duo. Long ball behind their backs, and really, beautiful pass by, I think it was Forbes or Garzi. I missed that one, and nice run by Volesky.
Very nice run. He had to slow down and wait for the ball, but
still had
on it. Yeah,
I still had enough time to arm his shot.
Here's Forbes. He'll send it into Volesky again, but broken up by Bringolf. Will play it to Crepeau, who will clear. This team's trading some good scoring chances early on in the second half. But Montreal hanging in there with a veteran team. McMahon finds Forbes. Here's Canardo Forbes with some good speed, and here's Volesky in, but just offside. It's a nice ball from Forbes. Here it is. That was Walls who sent it into Volesky here, as you see on the replay.
Had enough time to armor shot. Nice lob.
Nice little chip there. Nice little lob. Just missed.
He made the center back duo look bad on that one. That's part of the learning process for these young kids.
Mario Williams finds Belangoyet, who will look to his right, finds Charbonneau. Ball ends up on Romario Williams' foot. Back to Temgia. Here's Belangoyet. Nice give and go with Belangoyet and Gagnon Lepare. Here comes Montreal. Here's Secunda. He'll cross it in. Lajoie-Crevel has an opportunity. Tries to cut back, but Mike Garzi intercepts. And you'll get it away from danger here as Johnny Mendoza will come up the left side.
The runners make sure that as soon as you get close to their box, you don't have enough time to armor shot.
That's
so it's always important to try to put yourself in a position to have a one-time shot, but it's not easy all the time.
Good observation, Sofiane. Here's Walls, gets around a couple impact players. Finds Mendoza. Rochester slowing things down here a little bit.
Very similar to the last game between both teams. FC Montreal unable to resolve the Tony Walls equation. Has been very excellent this game.
Walls has been very good all season. Lajoie-Crevel is going to try to get a burst of speed. Couldn't get there, but Montreal will get a throw. If you visited the new USLsoccer.com, get the latest news and live stats, and check out the new social media hub. That's USLsoccer.com. Ball will be played back to the keeper, Maxime Crepeau.
Jackson Hamel playing on the left wing a little bit, trying to find makes himself invisible, forgotten by the Rhinos defense.
He's been dangerous. He's played in 2 matches for Montreal. He's provided them with some quality scoring opportunities. Hasn't found the back of the net just yet, but you can sense that it's coming. Bringolf. Try the long ball, but it's intercepted by Apostolopoulos. Finds Mendoza. It's played on the left by Rochester. Here's Walls again. We'll change sides, gets things going on the right. Rochester content, just slowing things. Go for the long ball as Apostolopoulos finds Mulgrew, who heads it to Forbes. McMahon gets it back to Mulgrew. Will try to get close to the box here. Volesky upended, but stays on his feet. It's chipped ahead, and there it is, and it's just offside. No, foul. The players aren't really sure what's going on.
But still a dangerous chance for the Rhinos.
Very good chance.
Nice chip pass into the box. Crepeau, with 50-50 between Crepeau and I think it was Bringoff to try to hold off the Rhinos forward trying to score. It was.
But Crepeau very alert. Looks very good. Bad touch from Gagnon Lepare. Try to win the ball back, but he doesn't. Walls to Mendoza in the middle. And here's a nice run. Rochester's going to come down the left side. Cross it in. Crepeau picks it up, and there's some contact with him there. But he's up quickly. Some contact with Volesky. But Crepeau looks okay. Hunched over now. As we mentioned before, he was rehabbing a shoulder injury in the offseason. That's why you haven't seen him in USL Pro action just yet. Romario Williams charged with another foul.
Showing his frustration a little bit there, but he's not being vicious about it. Just trying to get the ball.
Rochester player is in some discomfort. That's Mulgrew.
Looks like he hit his calf. Milgrew's calf right there is limping right now.
Mulgrew with a terrible limp. Rochester will get the ball back into play. Here's Tony Walls. Tony Walls just so efficient, so effective in the middle of the park, eh, Sofiane?
He's really feeding off Mendoza. Also, they both have excellent chemistry, experience, and for deep lying center midfielders, they have quite the talent right there to really distribute the ball and really dribbling qualities and crossing qualities has been huge, especially for Volesky, who's been feeding off their excellent passes and wrecking havoc into the FC Montreal's center midfield area.
Looks like there's going to be a couple switches. A couple of substitutes are warming up here. Montreal might do more. Here's Johnny Mendoza coming into the box. Mendoza finds Forbes. Ball goes to Mike Garzi, who finds Pat McMahon on his right.
FC Montreal looks a bit under siege.
They do.
Early in the second half.
It'll be time to make some more changes. Forbes will play it to Sean Toch. Canardo Forbes. Back to Toch. Toch will get it into the box. Volesky's there, and it's in! Christian Volesky with the header, and it's 1-0 Rochester.
A lot of space given to the Rochester left back, Torsch, and basically he was able to put an easy cross into the box. Nice anticipation by Volesky, and Kripo was beaten on the timing. It happens all the time. No one marking Volesky, running
Again.
into the running.
That's
the story of the last game.
He had the 2 goals in the second half. The last time these two teams played,
But
and Volesky doing it.
But credit to Volesky with the run into the box.
Absolutely.
He was unmarked. Was able to time his run with the Torch's cross into there. Given too much time to get the cross, and it's almost mathematical. It's almost mathematical. You can see it right there.
The replay here.
Charbonneau giving space, maybe too much respect, and look at the
too
cross.
much room, yeah. And there's Volesky, just nice header, nice leap, and he puts it by Kripo. And now Rochester will make a change. Timmy Mulgrew is going to limp off, and Alex Dixon will actually come into this game. Dixon started the last time these two teams played, coming off the bench here today. Unfortunate for Mulgrew, had a good game, but he picked up a knock. And now Montreal will have to regroup and hope they can find a first goal on home soil.
Still keeping the same kind of formation.
Would you make a switch? Would you try to tweak it at this point?
At this point, you need to find a way to communicate better between both strikers and the midfield. Whether it's Omar Williams, whether it be from the bench, a guy like India who has speed. But you need to find a way to get everyone on the same page.
Forbes tried to play it into the box. Couldn't get it there. Mendoza has the ball on his foot. Garzi back to Forbes.
A bit of tiki-taka here by the
Montreal's
Rhinos.
got to be careful here. Can't concede again.
They're too comfortable in the FC Montreal side of the pitch.
And a foul called there.
Would definitely be interesting if Philippe Lafroy brings in more speed on the wing.
Yeah, every time that DI's gone in there, he's really overwhelmed a lot of the fullbacks that he's played against. So it'll be interesting to see if he's one of the guys warming up here.
Maybe he could wreak havoc on
Yeah.
McMahon.
Become a fan of the USL on Facebook for exclusive league news and interactive content. That's facebook.com, and you can search for the USL. Some great content there. Here's Mendoza. Gets it back to Walls. As Rochester looks like they're going to bring on another substitute. Here's Mendoza. Finds Touch.
Volesky's been roaming around between the defensive line and the midfield line of FC Montreal, really making himself invisible, forgotten, and gets the ball as a pivot striker and has enough speed, you know, to really go one-on-one on any of these guys.
Here's Dixon.
And is never really marked.
Here's Dixon with the ball. Finds Walls. Walls will get it to Canardo Forbes. Forbes will take on Secunda, and Forbes with the left foot, and it goes wide. Good build-up.
He was able to get
Rochester.
in too easy on that box. He kind of faked his way into the box. They weren't expecting a cross, but he went in, cut into the box, and with a shot wide, once again for Forbes, but it has been dangerous, as he was last time both teams played.
Cripple, very vocal. Urging his players on forward. He'll send it to his right. Unfortunately, Morelli unable to keep it in. It was a difficult task, a lot to ask from Morelli. Temgia's got some time as he retreats. He finds Gagnon Lepari. Gagnon Lepari getting to Jackson Amel, but Pat McMahon intercepts. And here's Canardo Forbes. Forbes finds Volesky. Taken away by Temgia, who gives it right back to Canardo Forbes. Forbes looking, finds Walls. Gets it back to Forbes. Pat McMahon to Mike Garzi. Rochester holding possession for quite some time now. Apostolopoulos, as head coach Philippe Lafroy, wants his players getting forward. He wants his players to put more pressure on Rochester.
Aggressive without fouling. They need to recover the ball and try to break the rhythm of the Rhinos. Who've been
There's
really
the
settled
foul.
in. You know,
As Mendoza's taken down.
it's just the Rhinos sitting down. They put a nice couch, having some tea, and really, you know, having a party right there. And the party on the FC
tea
Montreal
party.
side. Exactly. And you know, it's Lafroy's very frustrated with that. Looking at his players right there. Charbonneau, good job.
Yeah, good anticipation from Charbonneau. Here's Morelli now. Finds Jackson Amel. Bit of a high ball. As Charbonneau will try to take on Apostolopoulos, but Apostolopoulos there first.
Once again, too hasty with FC Montreal. They had enough time to sell the ball in, ball on the ground, much more precise, much more efficient, and they lose the ball again. The Rhinos who only, you know, wish to have these kind of balls and be able to recover quickly. So
There's Mike Garzi. It's taken down. Two Rochester players taken down. It's going to be a yellow card to Louis Belangoyet. Rochester will make another substitution. Guy who had himself a fine afternoon. Tony Walls will be coming out for Tyler Rudy. Walls will give the captain's armband to Pat McMahon. So Tyler Rudy will make his way into this match. Tony Walls effective once again, having himself another good game in the midfield. And Rochester gets by, and it's in again. Right after the substitution's made, Rochester will make it 2-0. And things falling apart fairly quickly now for FC Montreal in the second half.
very harsh, but this time we cannot say it was not deserved by the Rhinos. You know, 11v11, and you know it's a breakdown.
64th minute. And it's 2-0 now, Rochester. They're pulling away. Volesky just gets around Cripple.
Nice play by Volesky. You know, he's, like you said, he has speed, and as a pivot striker can really establish himself in the box and showed both skills right there.
Yeah, as you hear, the PA announcer announced Volesky again. Sounds like a recording. This is 4 times in 2 games for Volesky against Montreal.
Unfortunately, for FC Montreal, he's hurting them, and quite deservedly.
He's been very good, and here's Bringoff, turns it over to Alex Dixon. He has a burst of speed. Dixon into the area. Dixon will take a shot on goal, and it's off the side of the net. But another good, dangerous opportunity for Rochester.
I'll give credit to Tamguia, was able to handle him on the side, make him take the outside shot.
Joao Gravel, aggressive there. It'll go out for a Montreal throw. Bélin Goyette, he has time. He's got some space. Go for a long ball for Morelli. Morelli able to settle it down. Can he do anything with this? Morelli's into the area, but it's taken away by Rochester. Montreal put themselves in good spots, decent spots, but they're lacking the finish in the attacking third, Sofiane.
Morelli has the skills to go past maybe Torch once, twice, but not 25 times a game. And even if he had to do that, for one main reason, there was not enough support around him. So all these offensive players are being isolated by the Rhinos, and the midfield not able to get closer, and there's not enough communication between all four offensive players up there. So it's unfortunate. There's skills, but it's not just skills. It's about teamwork, be able to work together. As you see Dixon right there with Volesky and Forbes as soon as he came in.
Follow at USL on Twitter to become a league insider. Join club conversations and have a chance at exclusive giveaways. That's at USL on Twitter. So we're in the 66th minute here, approaching minute 67. Still 2-0 to Rochester. 2 second-half goals from Christian Volesky. And Montreal find themselves down, and they've been under a lot of pressure in this second half. Jackson puts a little heat on Miller, but he's able to clear right away. And you have to realize as well, Sofiane, that once you have two guys on the back four like Miller and Lefebvre come out after 45 minutes, guys who are with the first team, it's inevitable that breakdowns will happen. Overall, though, to be fair, Temgia and Bringoff have been very good when they've played this season.
But, kudos to the Rhinos to identify this very quickly and go attack right away.
Absolutely.
Early in the half and the second half, and they were able to take advantage of that.
As Volesky's taken down, earns his team a free kick. And Rudy stands over the ball. Rudy gets it to Forbes, but it's broken up by Lajoie Gravel. Finds Bélin Goyette. Give and go with Gagnon Lepari. Bélin Goyette not happy there, shoving somebody out of the way.
Surrounded by 3 Rhinos players and still able to get away with it, but
a little dangerous from Tony Walls, who was subbed off. I mean, there's a bench for a reason, and he's sitting on the turf. Not the greatest idea there. But here's Gagnon Lepari. Finds the Secunda. Tried to play it in the middle there for Bélin Goyette, but nothing doing. Here's Canardo Forbes. Canardo Forbes has played his fair share of indoor soccer as well. He's effective both indoor and outdoor.
Nice
There's
pass
a
right
nice
there.
ball to Morelli. Can Morelli settle it down? He's taken down in the area.
No penalty?
Call.
I cannot believe it.
Wow.
Call me biased, call me, homer, but to be honest, that should
Wow,
have been a penalty
Morelli
kick.
taken down in the area. My goodness.
6'3" against 5'5", and the guy falls. I think it's pretty obvious.
Wow. Montreal doesn't get a break. The official says play on.
And it's frustrating for both Temgia, who made the excellent pass, and
great
Morelli,
ball.
who made a great run, great control into the box.
Great ball from Tengia.
No call for FC Montreal, even at home.
Headed away by Ringoff. Wow, I still can't believe it. Same thing happened last week. Non-handball call. And you'll see it here again.
Morelli.
Oh, he did clip.
Torch touched the
him.
ball before clipping Morelli, but you know what?
Here's a double substitution coming for Montreal. Alessandro Rigi will come into the game for Morelli. And Zach Masudi is in as well. for Romario Williams. So Romario Williams' day is done. Rochester also bringing on Colin Rolfe. Rolfe for Mike Garzi. So 3 substitutions there happen back to back to back. But Rigi and Masudi in for Montreal and Rolfe in for Rochester.
More size up front for the Rhinos.
That's right. As we saw Rolfe the last time these two teams played, he was one of the starting strikers. Here comes Jackson Amel. He'll try to flip it over Apostolopoulos, but Miller gets there first. Great anticipation from the keeper to get there, to sniff out the attack.
Going back quickly to that non-penalty call.
Yes.
As much as Torch touched the ball first, he's still, you know, in it. Didn't to try to get the ball. If he touched the ball, Morelli could have gone after the loose ball, but he touched him, clipped him, and he fell. He fell over him. So, but I have not done a referee course ever in my life. So,
Well,
but still,
I
it
think
was a
you've
foul on
seen
the
a couple
box.
soccer games in your day.
A couple.
I'll trust you there.
Just a reminder, this crew will be in the FIFA World Cup, Women's World Cup 2015.
That's right, an all-female crew today. You've done a pretty fine job for the most part.
They kept it simple.
That's right.
But on that call, it was unfortunate that
Yeah.
FC Montreal didn't get the PK.
Absolutely. Charbonneau on the right. Send it back to Bringolf. Charbonneau finds Masudi, who'll make one of his first touch of the game, who finds Jackson Amel. Jackson Amel, good burst of speed. And a free kick there. Jackson taken down. Foot came up very high there. A yellow card
I was worried that
will be given to Julian Ringoff.
I was kind of worried he was not going to get a yellow card. It was a very dangerous play.
As we'll see here on the monitor.
Nice pass by Missouri.
Very nice pass.
The control a bit heavy. And that's
Oh.
dangerous high
Absolutely.
foot. Very lucky.
Jackson Amel is up, stretching his legs, and he looks like he's going to be able to continue on here.
So FC Montreal is sending people into the box. Gagnon Lapareil is sending his men into the box to try make
Try
something
to get
happen.
one. Need to get one here.
You only need one.
72nd minute. Here he is into the box. Looks for Bringoff, but Miller's so good. He comes up, and he just scoops that ball up before anything dangerous can happen.
Great anticipation. Saw it happening before it happened.
Yeah,
and
he's
just,
done that
just took
all
it.
day. Here's Rolfe making a run against Rigi and Gagnon Lepare, unable to get by both. But he gets the ball back. Big size difference there. Here's Rigi. Comes up with the ball. Good effort from Rigi.
Nutmeg right there. Nice one.
Gave up quite a bit of size, but he was able to come up with the ball. Here's Canardo Forbes. Though Rochester will content themselves with playing it back. Johnny Mendoza looks for Alex Dixon. Looks like Rochester will bring on another defender here. Van de Castile is up and ready to come on. Here's Zach Masudi.
Nice pass.
Nice ball to Lajoie Gravel. What can he do with this? It's going to go out. It's out for a Montreal throw.
Missouri injecting some fuel into FC Montreal engine. I really
That's
like
right.
this.
Here's Gagnon Lepare with a strike on goal and wide. And Van de Castile will come on for Julian Ringoff. Van de Castile, another guy who started the last time Rochester was here, just a couple weeks ago. Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information. You can also go to nike.com/soccer. So you hear Tony Walls telling Grant Van de Castile that they don't want any goals allowed in this game. They want to go home with the clean sheet. There's Volesky with a ball ahead to Rolfe. Here's Colin Rolfe. Will cross.
Nice.
Dixon unable to finish.
Nice try by Dixon, who's been running a good 20 meter anticipating that pass and almost got a foot on that. Dixon really injecting a lot of speed.
Absolutely.
With Forbes going a bit deeper into the midfield. They have options up there on the bench, and Ted Lilly has been using all his assets as much as he can. And with 5 stops per game, you can definitely have different looks on your squad.
Absolutely. Such a deep squad, though, this Rochester team. Can go to the bench when you have guys like Rolf, Van de Castile. Here's Lajoie Gravel now. Cut to the middle of the park. He keeps possession of the ball. He finds Jackson Amel. Try to one-touch it into the box, but it is blocked and sent out of play for a Montreal throw. Beautiful day here in Montreal. Good-sized crowd as well here for this match between old rivals. It's the warmest day since that we've had in the booth here, Sofiane.
Very nice.
Couple cool days in April.
Spring left and summer came back.
About time, if you ask me.
Dangerous free kick from
That's right.
FC Montreal. Let's see.
Gagnon Lepare. Will swing it into the box, but it's headed away by Apostolopoulos. Back into the box. Great cross there from Charbonneau, but straight to Brandon Miller. Ball's played to Tyler Rudy, to Van de Castile. Finds Pat McMahon on his right. Back to Rudy. Canardo Forbes to Volesky. Mendoza settle things down, but Gagnon Lepare wins the ball back in the middle of the field, and he's hauled down.
Cheeky foul by Mendoza.
And it looks like he's going to get booked.
Yeah, yet again, the Rhinos are able to, make those fouls.
He is.
In the first half, didn't come for a yellow card. Able to break the rhythm. Right there, Gagnon Lepare going, Jackson Amel is going for the run of Missouri, and, Mendoza does his job.
So Mendoza picks up the yellow in the 77th minute.
Frustrating, for FC Montreal. That's part of the game.
There's Rigi to Belangoyet. Charbonneau arrived late, was taken down there. He looks like he's okay, though. Ball goes out for Montreal throw. Bringolf finds Charbonneau, gives it away, bad touch. And here comes Alex Dixon.
Look out for Volesky.
Dixon coming down the left side. He does have Volesky entering the box, but a great play by Gagnon Lepare to break that up. And he's got some room to roam now.
Gagnon Lepare trying to take over the game for FC Montreal. Getting more touches. And
he'll look to his left, and here's Zach Secunda. Pass a little bit behind Missouri there. But Missouri comes out with the ball. And a nice move by Missouri with 3 Rochester defenders closing in on him. The ball goes out. Canardo Forbes. Here's Missouri. Unnecessary turnover again. Ball ends up on Johnny Mendoza's foot.
Trying too much. Unfortunately. Very hasty. That goal.
It doesn't have to be pretty, Sofiane. It doesn't have to be pretty.
I totally agree, but they have been unsuccessful on set pieces to be a bit more dangerous. And Morelli should have, arguably could have gotten a penalty call. So
absolutely,
they feel even more frustrated after that. But I agree, it doesn't have to be pretty.
Secunda to Gagnon Lepare. Finds Jackson with a nice touch there. Unable to settle it down in front of Mendoza. Here's Rolf.
The Rhinos a bit more, find it more difficult to defend right now.
Yeah.
FC Montreal going at it, but yet again, unforced errors.
Tough ball by Charbonneau there.
There's so much a striker can do.
Here's Volesky. Ball's going to go out off Meletemgia. We're in the 79th minute, getting close to minute number 80. And still Montreal hasn't found a goal. Bringolf will play it back to Max Kripo, who I think we can both agree, Sofiana, we cannot fault one bit today.
The goalkeepers who have played for FC Montreal right now at home have done a bad job, to be honest.
No,
Crepeau,
all 4 guys that they've rolled in. And
Nice
here's
pass.
Volesky again. Crepeau comes out. And it's wide off the side of the goal.
dangerous yet again. Volesky.
Volesky almost picks up the hat trick there, but
Good job by Crepeau to make him
Wasn't
go
to
on the
be,
outside as much as he could, give a chance to his defender to get back, and Volesky to miss that shot. Yet again, Volesky.
that's a great point by you, Sofiane, that they've rolled Jan Fillion, they've rolled David Paulman, Eric Kronberg last week. I mean, there's this team, his squad is definitely deep in goal. Kronberg, obviously the backup with the first team, but Crepeau, Fillion, Paulman, those are 3 young guys, all under 21.
And a lot of assets for Jack Stern to work with and the other academy goalkeeper coaches. And eventually they might get the final touch from Youssef Daha if they make it to the MLS.
Here's Louis Belangoyet with a burst of speed, but broken up by Rochester as gets it to Canardo Forbes. Ball goes out off Zach Secunda. And it looks like Montreal's going to inject some speed that we were talking about before into their lineup. Victor Di looks like he's going to get some action here in the final 10 minutes plus. Here's Bringolf to Belangoyet. Finds Rigi. Rigi tries to get around Tosh, but he's unable to do so. Temgia. Under pressure from Montreal today. Very often they have decisions because Rochester just always pressing. Here's Charbonneau. Finds Belangoyet in the middle of the park. He'll get it wide to Secunda. Secunda's got a little bit of time before McMahon closes
Nice
in.
cross.
The header just over the goal. Lajoie Gravel couldn't settle it down enough.
Lajoie Gravel, who made the fake run. Lajoie Gravel, who made the fake run to let Secunda get the ball, gets himself into the box and goes for the header. That was a beautiful play, quality cross by Secunda, something that the FC Montreal has been lacking in this game. And they got a good scoring chance. Brandon Miller stranded in the middle of nowhere, and Lajoie Gravel was able to get the ball, to head the ball.
Montreal makes another switch as Victor and Di will come in for Louis Belangoyet.
India quickly going to the left wing, his preferred position.
Yeah, that's 5 switches for Montreal already.
And we expect Lajoie Gravel to be more the center forward next to Jackson Hamel.
Di with his first touch of the game. Finds Jackson Hamel, who will play 90 minutes today. Played 45 last week. Oh, and a nice move to get around a couple of defenders there. Pass a little bit behind Lajoie Gravel, who kicks it back out to Secunda. Secunda will cross it into the box. There's Charbonneau, settles it down. It's in the area. Strike, and Masudi sends it wide. Another opportunity missed for Montreal as they're coming close.
So close, so close. Yet again, start with Secunda with the cross.
Secunda, a couple nice crosses there.
The Rhino was unable to clear, and Masudi would have, strong, beautiful shot, but could have been even more beautiful if it went in. Miller again stranded. Seemed lost out there, and the Rhinos are really suffering right now.
The Montreal coaching staff obviously looking on very frustrated. The team has generated some quality scoring chances in the last couple minutes, but still not on the board at home all season. It's very young season.
There's still hope.
There's still a lot of time, obviously, in this season, but you want it sooner rather than later, and you just have to feel, Sofiane, that when it does come, it's going to be like a pressure, a weight just completely off their shoulders.
And it would confirm a lot of the expectation they have towards their talented young players.
It's hard to explain because, again, they've lost every game this season so far, but they've just shown so much progress, so much skill, so much talent. There's definitely plenty of talent on this roster. It just hasn't translated into success on the field so far.
It is a learning experience, but as players, they want to win. It's about being in a competitive environment. They're wearing their own colors, or their own logo, Montreal Impact colors. They're all trying to get a pro contract for those who don't have a pro contract yet. And they want to impress for the career and for themselves to really be get better and better. And the USL is a great league for these young kids.
Absolutely. Level of competition is extremely high.
Oh, dangerous
Ooh,
foul there by
Gagnola
Rolf.
Prairie
Oh no.
is down.
The
Here
cross
we
from
see
Secunda right
with
there.
the cross, yeah.
Back clearance.
The ball ends up on Masudi's foot. Somehow he puts it wide. Unfortunate, but that's as good a look as he's going to get in this league.
It was the penalty kick that the FC Montreal did not get.
Exactly.
Basically, and unfortunately couldn't put it in.
So Canardo Forbes is now out of the game for Marcus Ugarte. Canardo Forbes very involved. Ran hot, ran a little cold at some points today. Once
Floating
again, the
cross.
cross comes in, and Miller has all the time in the world to go and get that.
Those kind of crosses will not scare any goalkeeper. They're floating, and for Brandon Miller, easy for him on those crosses.
All USL regular season and playoff games are available live, free, and in HD on YouTube. Connect with the USL YouTube channel today. And if you're watching us live now, you've obviously already done so. Joey Alfieri and Sofiane Benzaza here with the call. In the 86th minute, Montreal trails 2-0 to Rochester. Both goals coming from Christian Volesky.
About 5 minutes left, plus extra time to try to get a goal for FC Montreal.
Or 2. You need 2 to get the tie. But we'll start with 1. Charbonneau able to get ahead on it. Bringolf will clear. Apostolopoulos settles it down with his chest. Here's Charbonneau again. To Mele Temgia. What have you thought of Temgia today? He's going to be the center back for all 90 minutes.
Well, some good things, some bad things. He could always progress on his delivery, be faster on his passes, not keep the ball as much as he did. But physically, he's getting better since last game we saw him play. Good positioning, a bit more aggressive, but he needs to be faster in his transition game. He's keeping the ball too long, and these professional players, they can really, hurt you if you keep the ball too long and really, go on counter and do some damage.
And a foul there. And here comes Masudi to DI. DI a little bit behind Jackson Amel. He had to stop, but he's able to settle it down. He's going to go for the long ball. He's looking for Alessandro Ricci. Will he be able to catch up to it? He does.
Nice cross there.
What can he do in front of Rudy? Ricci with some nice moves around Ugarte as well. Lajoie Gravel gets it to Ricci. Ricci with the strike. It's in! History! Alessandro Ricci. First goal on home soil for FC Montreal.
Beautiful, beautiful goal by Ricci.
Incredible.
No pressure has been relieved. They scored their first goal.
There's still time to get another one,
There's
Sofiane.
still, but on that play, Jackson Hamel with a beautiful cross to Ricci. Ricci uses his dribbling skills to go past Torch, dribbles his way into the box. 1-2 with Lajoie Gravel. We see it right there. He dribbles.
This was all
digs,
Ricci. Good stuff.
cuts into the middle, finds Lajoie Gravel as a pivot striker. 1-2, easy into the box. They can't foul him or it's a PK, and he shoots. Great finishing by Ricci right there.
So Montreal is back in it. It's going to be an interesting finish here. 89th minute. Montreal trails by a goal. Still very much alive here, but they're going to need one quickly. Oh,
That's kind of soft.
DI is going to get called for a foul there on Mendoza. Not sure about that one. Obviously, Rochester will take their time as Van de Castile will play it out wide. A nice anticipation from Charbonneau. Montreal loses possession in the middle of the park. Here's Mendoza with the ball.
Nice run by Dixon.
And Dixon with a nice run.
He's looking for
Ringolf will try to
Volesky.
catch up. Here's Volesky again, but a save by Crepeau to keep them in it.
Beautiful play by the Rhinos. Even better by Crepeau, who keeps his team in the game, like you said.
Secunda will settle things down. Montreal needs a goal here. They're looking for a goal so that it can tie this game. Charbonneau with a long ball to DI. Here's Di.
Joao Gravel going to the
Di
PK.
getting it to the box, and it's going to
Oh,
go out
very
off
nice.
Apostolopoulos. Montreal earns themselves a corner.
Pressure on the Rhinos. Quick pace by NDI. Looking for Justin Amel and Joao Gravel going into the box.
Everybody forward now, but it's a short corner. Here's Masudi. Masudi will get it into the box. It's going to be a bit long. Gagnon Lepari able to settle it down. Joao Gravel. It's cleared away by Rochester, but it's going to go out.
Once again, Dixon looking for Volesky making those runs. Nice pass. Nice run by Volesky and an even bigger save by Kripo. Huge save by
Huge
Kripo.
save to keep them in the game.
Great positioning. Reflex, uses his feet to make the save. Extension, and Volesky could not get his goal in this game again.
The Castile. 3 minutes of added time. And it'll be interesting to see Montreal putting some pressure here, some heat on Rochester. Here's Di. Alessandro Rigi, who scored the goal to put Montreal back in the game.
Too far for Charbonneau.
That's right, just a little too far.
But you can feel the excitement. You can feel they want to get the second goal. They can do it.
They believe, you feel it. You get the first one, and there you go.
And they took advantage of the wings. Faster wingers to really stretch out the Rhinos' defense and make them look bad, and they can still do it.
You know what the sign of a great soccer analyst is, Sofiane?
You will tell me
You
right now.
say things before they happen. You talked about maybe getting DI into the game a little earlier. They did, and they're able to generate some chances.
Nice by NDI. Very good.
DI, here's Sukunda. Sukunda will cut back in. Time and space kind of ran out, but here's DI. Blocked
Frustrating.
by McMahon.
No handball there, but
Here's Dixon.
that's a
Oh,
foul.
Sukunda tugs on the jersey there as Dixon goes down.
Probably had to stop the counter-attack, but great cheeky pass, great cheeky play between NDI and Sukunda. Unfortunately, no shot into the shot towards Brandon Miller, but maybe a couple of minutes left, maybe less in the game. The Rhinos killing time.
Here's Temkia. Looked like he was fouled, but he's able to keep the ball in Montreal's favor. Bad ball from Gagnon Lepari there.
Tired bodies on the pitch, and you just hope FC Montreal can have this one cross, one pass into the box, and really a very tired Rhinos team
knocks it off.
Trying to survive.
Good call, Sofiane.
Trying to waste time on the touch.
Time winding down here. Here's Rolf. It's going to be a handball there on Charbonneau.
Time winding down for FC Montreal. Scored their first goal in USL.
It's too bad the goal didn't come a little earlier. They have some life here since they've put it in. Here's Ugarte on Charbonneau, but it will go out for a Montreal throw. Gagnon Lepari to bring golf. He'll try to play. Van de Castile gets there first. Gagnon Lepari heading it forward to Masudi.
Finds Rigi.
Fortunately turned over by Montreal.
Smart by Dixon, killing time, going across the pitch.
Dixon's been so effective since coming on. And that will do it. Unfortunately, Montreal doesn't come up with the result. If you want to look at the positives, Sofiane, they do end up getting a late goal from Alessandro Rigi, their first on home soil as a USL Pro club.
Exactly. It was a nice play. Once again, Jackson ML implicated in the play, and dribbling 1-2 with Joao Gravel, very important skills shown on that goal. It wasn't 3-0 as the Rhinos like last time. It was a good competitive game. They were in it all the way, and kudos to the staff to prepare these young kids to be able to almost maybe get the first point in USL. So,
unfortunate result for Montreal again, but again, game to game, you see steady progress. Steady progress today resulted in a goal. Unfortunately, no 3 points for Montreal, but there's definitely progress there.
There's always going to be regrets when you lose a game, but with the goal, with the positive we see in this, they can build on that and go forward as they go into the season.
You go back to the non-penalty call on Morelli, that maybe changes everything.
It could have changed everything. But Kripo, great showing. 90 minutes as in the first game, and a great job on that save to really keep his team alive. And kudos to FC Montreal for an excellent game, looking at the circumstances against a very experienced, strong Rochester Rhinos team.
Montreal will get a little bit of time off here. No game next Saturday. The next game at home, Thursday, May 14th, against the Charleston Battery here at the Saputo Stadium turf field. But today, another unfortunate result for Montreal. They lose to Rochester by a score of 2-1. 2 goals from Christian Volesky, 1 goal from Alessandro Rigi, and that's all she wrote. All for watching on the USL live feed. We hope you enjoyed our coverage of Montreal Rochester. I'm Joey Alfieri for Sofiane Benzaza. We are out.